The 5 Stages of Spiritual Awakening, a mystical journey beyond the veil. Introduction. The whisper beyond the world. Every human soul, whether it knows it or not, walks a path that leads toward awakening. Some call it enlightenment, others liberation, some the return to God, and still others the unmasking of reality itself. The names vary, but the essence remains. There is more to life than the surface we touch each day. Awakening is not a single thunderbolt, not a lone flash of light that changes everything forever in an instant. Instead, it unfolds in stages, like the petals of a lotus rising from muddy water toward the sun. These stages are not rigid, nor are they the same for all travelers, yet patterns emerge, echoes of the same spiritual architecture repeating in countless lives across centuries. Here we shall journey through 5 stages of spiritual awakening. Each is a mystery unto itself, filled with its own wonders and terrors. They are gates, trials, initiations. To pass through them is to be transformed, never to return to who you once were. Stage 1. The Call of the Unknown. It begins subtly, like a whisper at the edge of thought. A sense that the world as presented is incomplete. Daily routines, ambitions, and pleasures lose some of their power. Even amidst laughter or success, something feels missing. The ancient mystics called this divine discontent. At first, the call may feel like restlessness. A sudden interest in books about meaning, dreams of symbols you don't understand, synchronicities that seem too perfect to dismiss. A feather falls at your feet. A stranger's words pierce deeper than they should. A sunset holds you captive. This is the awakening of the seeker. It is as though the veil between worlds grows thin, and the soul senses a vastness pressing against its edges. Many try to ignore this. They drown it with busyness, with addictions, with endless distraction. But the whisper persists. Sometimes it grows into a roar. In this stage, life itself becomes the teacher. Dissatisfaction with superficial existence pushes you to ask forbidden questions. Who am I, really? What is the nature of reality? Why am I here? These questions are like keys that unlock hidden doors. Once asked sincerely, they summon forces you cannot control. Your life begins to reorient. Relationships shift, careers falter, dreams change. You may lose what once defined you. It is a dangerous time, for many are tempted to retreat back into sleep. But for those who heed the call, the true journey begins. Stage 2. The Dark Night of the Soul. The call leads not into comfort, but into shadow. To awaken is to see, and to see is not always pleasant. Illusions begin to crumble. The masks of society, money, status, identity, are revealed as fragile constructs. You discover how much of your life was shaped by fear, conditioning, and unconscious patterns. This descent into the underworld is known as the Dark Night of the Soul. Mystics from St. John of the Cross to Rumi have spoken of it. It is not depression in the ordinary sense, though it can feel like despair. It is a stripping away, a burning fire that consumes the false self. The dark night is a crucible. You may feel abandoned, lost, even betrayed by the universe. Friends may not understand. Old joys no longer sustain you. In this stage, the soul confronts its shadows, trauma, fear, doubt, and the terror of meaninglessness. Why must this happen? Because no one can enter the temple of truth while clinging to illusions. The ego, that brittle construct of personality and defense, must be shattered. And yet, within the darkness, a strange alchemy is at work. The very suffering that breaks you also purifies you. Like a seed that cracks in the soil before sprouting, the soul breaks open so that new life may emerge. Those who endure the dark night come to realize that the darkness itself was holy. It was the womb of transformation. Stage 3. The Glimpse of Unity. After the storm comes a silence. After the long night, a dawn breaks. Suddenly, often without warning, the seeker is given a glimpse of the truth. It may happen in meditation, in a dream, in the midst of nature, or in the ordinary moment of washing dishes. For a heartbeat, the veil lifts. You see, not with the eyes, but with the soul. What is seen cannot truly be spoken. Some describe it as light, infinite and alive. Others as a vast stillness that holds all things. Some call it God, others source, others simply being. But all who touch it know, we are not separate. Between self and other, between life and death, between sacred and mundane dissolve. You feel yourself as both nothing and everything. A single breath contains eternity. A single moment is the whole of existence. This glimpse is intoxicating, overwhelming, ecstatic. It is a homecoming, the recognition of what you always were. Tears may flow, laughter may erupt, The heart bursts open, and yet, the glimpse fades. The doors close. The seeker finds themselves once more in the ordinary world. Why? Because the glimpse is a gift, not yet a permanent state. It is a beacon, a reminder of what lies ahead. It tells the soul, this is real. Keep going. Many mistake the glimpse for final enlightenment. They build teachings and movements around it. But true awakening requires integration, which leads us to the next stage. Stage 4. The dance of integration. The glimpse of unity is like a lightning strike, sudden, blinding, gone in an instant. But its echo lingers. Now begins the long, patient work of weaving that glimpse into the fabric of daily life. This is the dance of integration. In this stage, the seeker learns to balance the infinite with the finite, the divine with the human. The lessons are paradoxical. How to see the sacred in the ordinary. How to carry silence into noise. How to let the ego exist without ruling. Old habits rise again. Shadows resurface. But now, the seeker has tasted truth. Each challenge becomes a chance to embody that truth more deeply. Integration requires humility. The ego, clever and subtle, may disguise itself as spiritual pride. I am awakened, it whispers. But the true sage knows awakening is endless. The path does not end. In this stage, practices become vital. Meditation, prayer, service, silence, creativity. They are not escapes, but anchors, reminding the soul of its essence. Relationships shift again, not because others change, but because you meet them from a new place. Love becomes less about need, more about presence. The integration is not only internal, it expresses itself in action. Compassion deepens, injustice stirs the heart. The awakened one begins to serve, to heal, to teach, not from superiority, but from overflowing love. Still, integration is ongoing. The dance continues until every cell, every thought, every breath vibrates with the song of unity. Stage 5. The radiance of being. At last comes the stage beyond stages, the flowering of the soul, the radiance of being. Here, awakening is no longer an experience but a state of existence. The veil is gone, permanently. The seeker has become the sage, the lover, the luminous one. In this stage, separation is dissolved. The self is seen as a wave upon the ocean, unique yet inseparable from the whole. Life is lived as a flowing dance of presence. The need to control, to grasp, to fear, all fade like mist in sunlight. Radiance is not passive. It is not withdrawal from the world. On the contrary, those who reach this stage often shine most brightly within the world. Their very presence heals. Their words carry power, their silence depth. People feel peace in their company, even without understanding why. This stage is not without challenges. The body still ages, the world still turns. But suffering no longer binds. Pain may arise, but it is held in vast compassion. Death is no longer an enemy, but a doorway. Few reach this stage fully, yet every soul carries its seed. The radiance of being is not reserved for saints and mystics. It is the destiny of all who walk the path. It is who we are, unveiled. Conclusion. The eternal journey. And so, the 5 stages of awakening unfold. 1. The call of the unknown. 2. The dark night of the soul. 3. The glimpse of unity. 4. The dance of integration. 5. The radiance of being. But remember, these are not rigid steps. They may overlap, repeat, spiral. Awakening is not a straight road but a labyrinth, a river winding back upon itself. Each soul's journey is unique, yet all are guided by the same hidden current. The true secret is this: awakening is not about becoming something new. It is about remembering what you already are. The light has always been within you. The stages are simply the unveiling of that eternal truth. So if you feel the whisper, heed it. If you enter the night, endure it. If you glimpse the light, trust it. If you stumble, rise again. And when the radiance dawns, let it shine through you to all beings. For in the end, the awakened soul discovers, there is no end. The journey continues, endlessly, joyously, through realms beyond imagining. Don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring and mystical videos full of hidden knowledge and spiritual awakening.